Alrighty, I am live, and this is the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And as usual, we'll wait for some people to get in here. Tina says, "Oh my God, someone has already 2 thumbs down your stream, and it hasn't even started yet." Hey, Tina, guess who that might be? Guess who might have possibly done that? Who could have done? Who can you think of anybody that did that? That's right, AJ. It's Billy the Kid. You got it. My friend Bill. We're done with him. So he doesn't like that. Oh, Tina didn't want to mention any names. All right. Fair enough. All right. We're just going to wait a few minutes. Maybe another minute or so, a minute and a half. Let's see. What can I talk about while we're waiting? If any of the people in the chat are ready, what up, Sid? If any of you guys have questions or comments? What up, Flash? Thanks for coming over. I appreciate it. It would be shocking. Andy Taylor, it's about time you showed up. What up, Margaret? I can't believe. I would be very. I mean, it could happen, and I hope it does happen. That Bill doesn't ever come back in here ever again, but I don't think he'll be able to resist. So he'll be back in here on some name or another. So, but we'll be ready for him. Anyone you want to pay my debt balance off, I'd be forever grateful, Ellie says. She's done a fabulous job getting that down. She's paid off something like 78% or something of it, something like that, something crazy. After we talk about it privately, Ellie, we can discuss like what exactly you want to say and hear about it, because I do think it would be very, very. You should feel fabulous. Look at the amount your debt was, and look at it what it is now. That would make you feel great. Did he come back? Yeah, Tina, he came back, I think, under some other names. At least 2 other names, but I mean, and of course, every one of them could be Spencer. So there you go. AJ says we'd hate to take that away from you, Ellie. You paying it off yourself. All right. Oh, we're at the 3-minute 18-second mark. So I guess I better start off. Let me see if I can remember how to sing this. If I screw this up, I'll just go right into Baker Street and maybe try it again some other time. See if I can remember how it goes. Because I'm not that familiar with this song. You know I need your love. You've got that hold over me. Long as I've got your love, you know I'll never leave. When I wanted you to share my life, I had no doubt in my mind. And it's been you, woman, pitchy dog, right down the line. Do 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 do. Do, 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 live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, where we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. Joining me today as moderator is Sydney, Sid the Kid, as she referred to herself just a second ago. You can schedule a free coaching consultation assessment by emailing your contact info to CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram at CoachSteveMoney, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, You can do that at the URL paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Right, and you can go ahead, and I got things to talk about, but you can go ahead and I'm going to have you go ahead and type comments and questions in the chat. And I will get to them between my talking about it. Sid said, Bill, one day we'll stop talking about Bill. But Sid says he did insist that he has so many accounts, Steve talks to him as someone else. Right. And so I just answer the question anyway, because if I'm asking it, it's a question that I believe that somebody else could have, and other people in the chat could benefit by seeing the answer. So, I can't sing London Calling. I don't think I'm not. I mean, I know the song, but I'm not that familiar with it. As you could probably tell, that was to open up the show. That was a double shot. That was a twofer from Jerry Rafferty. First, Right Down the Line, and then Going into Baker Street, both Jerry Rafferty songs. They're both on the YouTube OBS, so you can check them out if you haven't heard the Right Down the Line. If you haven't heard the whole Baker Street song. If you've just heard the sax part on the Ramsey show, there's quite a lot of different parts to that song, so I think you'd like it. Got my Diet Coke, so I'm ready to go. Thanks for the IOs, kid. What up, Judy? That's right. That's right. I said Billy the Kid, and so Sydney said Sid the Kid. Okay, got it. Ellie said, I'm going to pull a bill question. Why are there so many check cashing, payday loan, liquor stores, and rent furniture places around military bases? There's also those in bad neighborhoods, Ellie. It's so they can prey on people. The military is different. The military is a lot like because they had, and that the freaking movie theater had a there. That I used to work for a movie theater chain called RC Theaters. They've been bought out by Regal recently, but this was not recently, but like many years ago. They were bought out by Regal Cinemas, but it was RC Theaters, and they got the one to be at the naval base at Norfolk, Virginia, and that place we put a huge arcade in it, or the arcade was a different company, but anyway, I went from working for the theater to working for the arcade people. So, and this was before I started. This was way before I started listening to Dave Ramsey. The riding around and listening to Ramsey at night was for a different arcade company. After I left the first one. So, but anyway, what was my point? I didn't write it down. I need to have something to write down what my point was. Oh, the Navy base movie theater. They made so much money because the kids got all their paycheck and they got nowhere to spend it. So it made a boatload of money. For the theater part of it, the manager was allowed to make, I think, 3% of commissions. 3% of concessions as a commission. And there he would hit that in like 2 months. Like the first 2 months of the year, he would hit his max for concessions, his concession commission. So that's how. So, anywhere where there's a lot of money or not a lot of hope is where all those type places are going to be. Ellie says, what up, Joe? Ellie says to Margaret, I think Margaret asked how much she's in debt, and Ellie says around $77,870. What up, Maddie Bags? And well, now that you've gotten into it, Ellie, do you want to tell them how much you started with being in debt, so they can be impressed? It's my ex-wife and I had $72,000 in debt. and that took us 3 years. So, yeah, Norfolk's fancy, huh? Sid says, yeah, because they're hoping to take advantage of homesick kids with guaranteed income and impulse issues. That's right. AJ says they're dicks. Yep. Oh, probably. Yeah, I don't know if that's or not. You're supposed to be. I mean, I don't think my small time stuff here is different. But like other shows, they like wait 10 minutes before they start cursing and stuff because of that's what YouTube looks for it to be nice. All right, Ellie's going to share. Yeah, I'm going to talk. I'm like finishing up coaching with Ellie, and then we're gonna probably do some stuff on the show here, Sid. Sorry, I didn't share that with you yet. Yeah, so she started. They started. She and her husband, and what is it? Is it 4 children? $590,611. So they went from $590,611 down to $77,000. And how long did that take, Ellie? That's right, AJ. I can't imagine. I mean, granted, they got some. I mean, this is the deal. I think her husband makes a ton of money, but this is what people do. The more money they make, the more hole they dig themselves into. Yeah, we'll get you on, Ellie. Don't worry. Speaking of, Maddie asks if he ever visits Ohio, what should he go and see? The Columbus Zoo is world famous. Dr. Jack Hanna used to be on going to the Tonight Show a lot with animals. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else is cool. They have some Indian mounds. Indian mounds here that I should go see since I'm so into history, but I haven't yet. Let's see what else they have. They have a Legoland here that opened recently. It's not as big as the huge ones. It's a smaller one, I think. But they also have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. You got it. Here outside of Columbus in Dublin, Ohio, they have the what's his name? Jack Nicklaus's golf tournament. The Memorial takes place here as well. So unfortunately, I'm not a go and doer guy. I'm an indoor cat. I mean, it's not like that. Some of it's money related. Why I haven't gone like all over the state and stuff. But let me try to think of something that's right here in Columbus. You never appreciate what you have. Like I never appreciated the ocean being in Virginia Beach like I do since I left it. So yeah, I'll try. If I can think of anything else, Maddie, I'll say it in future shows if I can think of it. Now, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so we'll get Ellie on at some point to talk further about this. Oh, and this is what I was going to say. Speaking of getting people on here, we know a girl that's going to do a debt-free scream soon, and I'm efforting having her do like a Zoom call or on Discord or something, a video call in live from Ramsey Solutions, like right after the show that she's going to be on is over. When that show is over at 6, she would go. I don't know if she would be able to stay in the building and do it. I don't know if they usher people out or whatever. Or even if she could do it from right in the parking lot, it'd be great because I know you guys would have a ton of questions about the building and about how people are there. And she's probably going to talk to the mod. etc., etc. The Ohio attraction of the week. That is a good segment idea. I'm gonna write that down. Sid, see, this is why I hired you for no pay. Attraction of the week. Okay. Ellie says, I do have to say this. Our medical debt, we had a NICU baby. I negotiated down the total medical down significantly. Hey, Ellie, if you have a certain amount of debt and you can get rid of some of it by talking or writing a letter or something, you still got rid of the debt. So that still counts. Do not discount that at all. Got the Diet Coke. Diet Coke, please sponsor me. I'll probably get an email from them saying, please do not show our product on your little dog and pony show there. Or they'll just buy me out and suddenly you won't see me anymore, and I'll be on the Ramsey show chat and I'll have like nice well, you wouldn't be able to see the clothes, but anyway, I'll somehow. I don't think that would happen though. All righty. I was premature, AJ. As I was talking about in the Ramsey show chat today. I was a preemie. I think about 6 weeks early, and they did not leave me, or my mom did not leave me in the incubator at the hospital, and that hospital would have been on the Army base in Stuttgart, West Germany. It was West Germany at the time. And that would have been in the year of our Lord, 1968. And she wanted to take me home. So I did not get my full incubator time. So if you have any issues with the way I am, you can blame my mom. It was like $250K and you negotiated down to like $25K. That is awesome. That is awesome. Margaret's son was in ICU 3 days in 2019. They were able to pay their portion of $10,000 over 3 months. Yeah, I wasn't fully cooked, Tina. Oh, before I forget, speaking of our pal that's going to be doing the debt-free scream, she said to let you know that there was one business call all day. Just one. Speaking of that, let's see what. Oh my goodness, 18 minutes in, and I haven't even said who the hosts were today. I didn't even type it in today. I was doing like coaching stuff today and other stuff, but I have a bunch of stuff to talk about though. Fortunately, today's hosts were I don't have them written down. It was Dave Ramsey and Christy Wright, the CW. Reminder, the $10 book sale goes through May 31st. Recommend The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey and Debt Free Degree by Anthony O'Neill. And market report. It was down just a little, like barely down at all, but just a little. I think the most down was small cap, and that was down still, like not even a full percent. I want to say, I can't remember. You can check if you need to. So, I said I talked about Kelly already. So we're gonna see if we can make that happen. Obviously, it would depend on what she's doing there. And like how long, if she's like staying after, I don't know what happens like after the show is over, if they just close down the shop right there in the lobby, or if you can hang out like for another hour, because it's only 4 p.m. Central Time, so they may work until 5 or something. So. Yes, Maddie Bags will visit Menards. There are 3 in Columbus, I think. 3, yeah, there are 3 in Columbus. Yeah. So again, if you have any comments, keep going. I may, if like yesterday, there were still like 5 or 6 people chatting when I was trying to wrap it up yesterday. And so, I mean, and chatting up a storm. So if they continue, or if that happens again, I'll consider letting the stream go, and I'll just go home and then connect to this computer from home, and then end the stream that way after everybody's gone. So we'll see, because I'm pretty sure that would still count as hours watched for me. So, and I minimize my notes. Okay. All righty. So what we got? AJ's wife had to have emergency C-section cord prolapse. Yikes. They wheeled her out, threw him scrubs by the time I put them on. They took me into the next room and handed me a baby. All right. Well, that's good. At least you had the scrubs on. The kid's 7 and a handful, has a fighting spirit. So Ellie's talking about the one that had to go into NICU. And that is, if you don't know what is that? That's neonatal intensive care unit, I believe is what that stands for. Which is newborn, I think. Neonatal, newborn. I believe so. Yep. Ellie loves the show Sydney mentioned, which was called the Midwife. Margaret had to do an emergency C-section as well. It got crazy in the room really fast. My ex-wife had to do an emergency C-section with my son. So, I mean, for him to come out, he wasn't there to begin with, but I mean, he was sort of there, just not out in the world. Tina binges Grey's Anatomy over and over. I've watched Bones and the Mentalist like that, like 2 or 3 times, something like that. I've watched X-Files all the way through twice, I think. Maybe 3 times? No, I think just twice. No, I don't have time. I'm behind on every show since I started doing more, watching being in the Ramsey Show chat, and doing coaching and YouTubing and all that. So Kirk in the Ramsey chat today, promoting his custodial Roth IRA for his child, which that could have been any number of trolls, including Bill, as well. But he was talking about his custodial Roth for IRA for his child, and of course the Ramsey advice is to not have them invest, and don't invest for them. It's to, if you're gonna put some money towards your child, that would be baby step 5. And baby step 5 is not invest for your child. It is to save money for their college. So the idea is, and even if you don't help at all, and if the child is working for their own money, they, according to Dave, and I agree, the child is better off by saving their money until they graduate college debt-free, before doing any investing. Because if you invest in a retirement account, it's locked in there behind penalties and taxes if you take it out before retirement age. Now, after 5 years, you can take out contributions. But, I mean, if you're going to take it out anyway for college education, you can just do it ESA instead, or 529 plan. Anyway, and another person said, and again, maybe this happened just like it happened to Bill yesterday when he got banned by the mod. Another person said their mortgage payment is 26%. Of course, Dave recommends 25% of your net income. And a person said it was 26%. And either the mod wasn't having it at that moment, or the person typed something else stupid in that we didn't get to see because of the delay. So, but me banned like it was like a minute or so after they typed that I saw that they typed their mortgage payment is 26%. So don't know what happened there. Let's see what do we got here. Catch up on the chat there. Tina thanks me for the reminder. Got to make my May contribution to Divide 29 tomorrow. You are welcome, Tina. I will take my reminder fee. You can hit what is it? PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money and send that right there. That'll be fine. Appreciate it. Margaret says her husband and kids say she's obsessed with Dave Ramsey. I'm inclined to agree with them. Yeah. I've had that said to me. I don't have a problem with it. It's fine. Tina says her hubby, that would be, I guess, the king of Sheba. Probably a title only, I'm sure. I'm sure she's the one in charge. Tells his coworkers about Dave now. AJ says, "Hey Steve, what about the smart investor who was talking about suggesting ETFs?" Yeah, we can talk about that. One of our friends, the same friend, Kelly. She's been trying to get a smart investor, and it seems like people having trouble getting smart investors to work with them when they're first starting out. And the whole deal with them being a Smart Investor Pro is that they have the heart of a teacher and they're going to teach you. And so to me, that means they help you immediately when you're ready to start investing. But a bunch of them are saying, yeah, you have to have a minimum of blah, blah, blah before we'll work with you. But then, so the smart investor that Kelly talked to today was pushing ETFs, which are basically like index funds. And so I said, hey, Cal, you can go into your Fidelity account that you've already opened and create a Roth IRA and buy an S&P 500 index fund easily in 5 minutes. I mean, the first time you do a bank transfer over there, you may have to wait till the next day to do that, to actually buy with that money. But after that, you could do it after the first transfer. I was able to transfer the money over, and then I can buy with that money immediately. And they just since the transactions happen overnight anyway, they just, if there's some kind of problem with it, they don't do your buy. They just like cancel your purchase if there's some kind of problem with them actually getting the money. So what I told her, why do you need to pay a Smart Investor Pro if you can do that in 5 minutes? So it just doesn't make sense to me. I have no problem with them getting paid, but they have to be doing something for you. And she also said, quote, that he said that basically, this is paraphrasing in third hand, of course, but she said that they're fine with the returns that the ETFs get. Now, to me, that means you just don't want to work to find good managed funds. And I would think that would be what you're paying them for. So I don't know. I'd love to talk to Dave about that sometime. If I get the opportunity, that's probably what I would talk to him about the most. I'll do that with the camera there. I can't think of anything else right now that I would like. It would, because everything else, I'm all about the Dave advice, and I'm even about that advice. But it doesn't seem like it's working like it should be. Although I there have been some a few people in the chat that have said their SmartVestor worked with them from the beginning. So I don't know. But yeah, that's the story with that. So she's working on that. I don't know what she's going to do about that. I think she wants to talk to another person, one other SmartVestor again before deciding what to do. But yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes, if you happen to be watching this and you're talking to a SmartVestor Pro, they've been vetted by Dave. They're supposed to be teachers. They're supposed to have the heart of teachers. And if they don't work with you, if they won't work with you until you get a X amount of money, rather than do nothing and say, oh, I can't do nothing. I don't know what to do. Here's what you do. You open your Roth IRA, and it doesn't have to be. I can recommend Fidelity because that's the only one I've used, but I have had zero problems at all, and it's very easy to use online. Like I said, you can do your business on there in 5 minutes. So I can recommend them, but any brokerage is going to be the same. You just get your S&P 500 index fund, and theoretically you could get index funds for international and small, large, and mid cap as well, which those are the 4 types. He calls them growth and income, aggressive growth, etc. And I don't know if I guess maybe one day I might memorize which one is which, but anyway, that's what they are. And most websites that let you compare funds, they call them small, mid, and large cap funds, and international, of course. So you could get one of those if you wanted to do that, if you're stuck doing it by yourself, if you couldn't find anybody to help you. But I just think it's a shame because they're supposed to have the heart of a teacher and teach you about it, but they're like, well, we can't teach you about it until you've already done some of it yourself. So I don't know, but yeah, I would definitely ask him about that. Oh yeah, and that's Kel's issue, we can ask her to ask them. That's a great idea I just had, and she might possibly would have thought of that herself, but I think that's a great idea for her to ask about that. Or if she gets there early, she can talk to the SmartVestor team. Maybe she can talk to somebody that's in the SmartVestor vetting team and find out what the deal is on that. That would be great. Look at me coming up with ideas to get answers to fix problems. Doing well. All righty. That's a good one, AJ. Thanks. I didn't think to talk about that. All right. So far behind on the chat. This is great, though. I love it. Andy Taylor says he's a boat. He's from the Great White North. He's a big fan of Dave Ramsey. We do not agree on certain things, but I'm fine with being wrong. Fair enough. Did you have to ban somebody, Sid? Or was that when I was talking about that we would take care of Bill immediately if he shows up? Yeah, I don't see anybody any message blocked. So she's looking at how much tax I'd have to pay to convert what into a Roth. Tina, I missed that. I don't see where you said Triad IRA. Oh, the Triad, traditional IRA. Oh, it would be your it would count. It counts as if it basically it's like you're taking it as a withdrawal from there. So you'd have to pay. It'd be income, and so you'd be paying tax if it was a pre-tax If it was a non-retirement investing account, then no. But if it's a 401k or any kind of pre-tax deal, you would have to pay tax on it, and it would be your income tax rate times the amount. Yeah, it would be what your tax bracket that you're in, right? Now, what you could possibly do there, Tina, I don't know how much it would be and if it would save you money, but you guys could file separately 1 year, because if you don't have a lot of income coming in yourself, that would be a way to get around that. All right, that Sid's trying to explain royalty. Tina says, right, Ellie, it was the Queen's family, not Philip's, who had the throne before she took over. That's right. That's right, which is why he wasn't king. All right. That's right. You know what, AJ, though? You and I should save this for for an intro, but we will never be royals. All right. Any excuse to sing. Let's see. Tina's watched The Crown, but it's been a while since the beginning. Tina said, or Ellie said, he collected titles like it was a hobby. Titles are fun to have. Maybe I'll have one Monday. He was the Prince of Greece before they were overthrown. Now that's some history I did not know. Sid's got the band hammer. Yep, so beware. Anybody thinking of coming in here and starting some stuff, she'll get you. Even if I'm babbling about stuff. AJ just learned that SP 500 is 500 large caps, SP 400 is 400 mid caps, and SP 600 is 600 small caps. And I didn't know that either, which all make up the S&P 1500. Yeah, didn't know that. Nobody knows everything. As long as you're learning, you're doing well, though. And then Philip kept getting more and more titles because he felt inadequate because his wife was more important than him. You know, if all you got to do in life is just be the king, sort of, or be the queen's husband, what diff does it make? Just go chill by the pool or something, dog. No politics here. Who brought up politics? Andy, anybody bring up politics, or is it just because talking about the royals isn't politics? I mean, they're just figureheads anyway, really. Right? I think that's right. I don't get around as much as I should, so I don't know that. Oh, good. Chris is here. Bye, Chris. There we go. There we go. All right. Chris, I think, is Bill, or it's somebody stupid that was defending Bill's stupidity on my comments, like the under video comments. Not the live chat comments, but the under, right? Yeah. So there you go. So, but even if it's not Bill, still buy. Margaret has to go to help with navigation. Craigslist purchase. You guys be careful. If we don't see you tomorrow, we'll know what happened. Yeah, let's see. Andy Taylor says, here in Canada, that's not how Canadians sound. We have provincial income taxes, federal income taxes, and then we are taxed on our retirement savings. Well, Andy, I've told you to defect to the United States. I've told you that. Ellie says Craigslist is scurry. It's dangerous to go alone, right, Sid? That was, what video game was that from? AJ told Andy Taylor, sorry to hear that. It's funny. Tina always Googles the real life events after every episode of The Crown to read more about what happened. That's so fun. And Chris came back on a different thing. Well, Chris, you're still, never mind. You're just gone. You're just gone. You're welcome to listen. You can listen all you want. But I'm not putting up with your stuff. 0. That's right. Legend of Zelda. Thank you, Sid. This is why I have you here. This is why I hired you for this unpaid position. We do have a tax-free saving account. So do we. You pay taxes on the income you make before you put it into your savings account. I guess if the interest you're making got too high, you'd have to pay some tax on that. But other than that, yes, that's right. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. That's right. TFSA is max $15K a year. That's the TFSA, I think, is you guys' 401K, right? Chris, if you're still listening, dog, you're welcome to listen. But it's just too much coincidence. Because you are the only person that's ever defended Bill except Joy, and she has an optimism problem. Optimism is not normally a problem, but for her it is. So, too optimistic. I love good optimist. People say I'm too optimistic, but she makes me look like I'm very, very pessimistic. They didn't have a sword emoji, so Sid put a pen because the pen is mightier than the sword, she said. All right. AJ is going to go cook and not in the Heisenberg way, right, AJ? Did you see the Breaking Bad, AJ? And that's what you do if you want to sound a million years old. You put the in front of like current events, even though Breaking Bad is not a current event. But you just put the in it where it doesn't belong. The Breaking Bad. All right. As you can tell, I make myself laugh quite a bit. All right. While you kids make up some more things to type. Tina says she always snaps her hubby her location when she do Facebook Marketplace meetup. He also looks up the buyer's name on the police website to see if they don't have a record so they don't kidnap me. That's a good job, Tina. I want to take the Royal Guard with you. At least take the Prince of Sheba with you. Joy does love everyone, even Bill. I just think he has some issues like psych disability and pretty tolerant, but question after question is tiring. I think she's talking about Bill. Oh, Andy, Bill is this troll that had originally said he was 43 years old and was always asking about ways to circumvent Dave's advice so he could retire in 10 years with having nothing saved while working part-time. So, and he kept up with that. And then after some bannings, he admitted that he was a troll. He then said he was 23 and in community college and just working part-time like he had said. And so, but he still wants get rich quick ideas, still trying to find the perfect mutual fund. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was the guy that originally I spent way too much time on trying to figure out what he was trying to do. He had some kind of flawed premise in his question. He was saying that for him to have like a certain amount of of money. I think he put it in a investment calculator, and to find out how much money he would have when he's retired, and he was looking for a fund now that had like 300% returns or something like that, or it was something like that the market would have to be like, the numbers would have to be way up, like the market would have to grow by like 30 years by that time, or even by 10 years. And so it would be like looking for, just to give a easy example, say company A is, or I could say Home Depot, like Dave said. Dave said, I'll make one up, Home Depot. And I get it. He probably just said, I'll just say any company, but he said, I'll make one up. It was funny to me. So Home Depot shares are $1 right now. And he's looking for some a fund that's a similar fund to that is $10. He wants that one to be making $10. And it's not going to right now, but it will be worth that. Home Depot's stock will be worth that. In this case, we only do mutual funds though, but the fund / stock, whatever, will be worth that in 10 years. Not now. So he was looking for numbers that would be in the future. So eventually I figured it out, and I told him, what you would need to do is build a time machine and go to the future, and then you can do that. So yeah, people in the let's see, if he's home, he does drive me to meetups. #safety first. Yep. Let's see. Ellie says, get rich quick equals become and stay poor mentally. That is true, Ellie. Tina says he wants like $500K in 5 years at $20 a month working part-time. SMH. For you kids that don't know this, that's means shaking my head. And probably like with, rolling your eyes at the same time, probably. He was like, Sydney says, he was like dead set on retirement in 10 years and wanted to figure out how to make that happen from zero. Right. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So he would have to be getting a 300% return or something like that. I can't remember. It was something crazy like that. And so that's what I told him. He'd have to, he was basing it on I think what the RIQ told him he would have to have, or something like that. He did something where he figured out like what he would have to have. And so he was looking for that exact fund. And the reason he didn't find it is because it doesn't exist. So yeah, maybe in the future, like they'll be worth that much, but by then you will have already like spent the time investing in it, and that's why it grows and gets to that level. All righty. Ellie's noticed that people who are fixated on get rich quick end up struggling poor their whole life. I've witnessed many examples of this. It says, we all told him he needs to start a successful business and sell it. Chris is back again. Hide user. Let me user out again. It's not becoming a cult. It's not becoming a cult at all. You're the only one that I'm doing to this, Bill, or Chris. I'm doing it to you and Bill if you guys are different people. But yeah, see, I have a problem believing that anybody would defend Bill with the nonsense he was putting in the comments under the videos. And so I just told him, like I tell him all the time, that I would suggest counseling, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, so yeah. All right. Oh, I'm showing the last one. I can, after you hide somebody from the chat, meaning that they can't comment anymore, it does delete all their messages, but I have a line by each one. I have a link under each one that I can click that says view deleted message. And the last one, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he said, "You're like Hitler." Just because, and no, I'm not Hitler. You are not the Jews, Chris. You are not a race. You are one dumb idiot person that I'm getting rid of. That's all. So, you have that combination maybe of false value of your own worth, plus the need to be liked by others, which again makes me think you're Bill. Alrighty. And I'm not trying to kill him. That's right. I just want him away from me. And this is my fatherland, not his. He can live in a different country. That's fine. Alrighty. I am half German, though. And half North Carolina. Alrighty. Let's see what's next. Alrighty, so my daughter and I will be continuing Wednesday night at 8 p.m. playing It Takes Two. We'll be simulcasting live on the twitch.tv and on the youtube.com. And their software, actually, if you can believe it, that's so helpful that pulls the two chats together from both of those. So you could do that. So we'll have the chat going. You can ask her what it's like to have such a great dad and what she thinks of me. We had such a blast playing the first part of it. The other night we played about, and I don't think we got through like hardly any of it yet. We played for, I think, a total of 3 hours, something like that, 3.5 maybe. So, but this time, hopefully, all the issues will be taken care of. One of the issues, it was just in something I did wrong, and it didn't affect the stream. Fortunately, it was just I was hearing looping audio. So, and I'm going to get I already have another monitor at my house, so I can see the chat on a different screen. So I'll be able to read all the chat. And as I said, you can ask her questions, you can ask me questions about anything, and we play, and you have to figure out puzzles on it and so forth. It's very fun. It's called It Takes Two, and again, that is Wednesday, which is tomorrow night, 8 p.m., and we will have the chat going. And hopefully some of you guys will be able to make it. I understand you can't spend all day in the Ramsey Show chat and then come in here in the Aftershow chat and then watch us play video games. Bill might have time to do that, Chris as well, but unfortunately I've alienated those guys. So, oh, well, that's the way it goes. Let's see. Ellie, I cannot. That is a lot of sitting. You can stand while you're watching it. You can take standing breaks, Ellie. Something I cannot look at retracted messages. So if you retract your message, I can't see it. Sid says, we're just going to spend the whole day together. That's right. That's right. It's okay. We're not codependent, right? Let's see. Oh, and here's the last thing I have to talk about, but that's fine because we've been going 54 minutes already. My goodness, where does the time go when I start opening my mouth? Ellie just said Chris or whoever needs to be kinder. Oh, okay. He does. He does. But again, I don't think a stranger that had just like come into the Ramsey chat one time and then saw me say that there was an after show or saw somebody else talking about the after show and then found his way here and then looked on the comments and decided that what I told Bill was rude and felt strongly enough about it to say something. I just don't think so. My money's going to be on that's Bill. But the last thing I have written is that is cable TV. Now, there's a guy in there that is famous. Famos is his username in the Ramsey Show chat, and he's always like cut cable TV. That's his thing. I mean, he has some other opinions about other things and occasionally types other stuff, but his thing is about cutting the cord, getting rid of cable TV because it's just too expensive and not worth it. You know, especially with the internets, having every show you would ever want to watch is on the internet somewhere. So, cable TV. Do any of you people still have that? What do you mean, you people? That's from a movie called Tropic Thunder. A movie that they would not be able to make today because Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface in it. He's Iron Man, you know. But do any of you kids have cable TV? Ellie hasn't had it her entire adult life. Oh, 9 months out of her entire adult life. Andy Taylor asks, wasn't it Ben Franklin who stated, if you do not read the news, you are uninformed. If you do read the news, you are misinformed. That's true. That's true. Thanks for coming by, Flash. She has to bounce to go eat delicious dinner. What'd you make? You got time to tell me what you made? If not, you can tell me tomorrow. Tina has Philo, which does get the cable channels, but cut your cable to bill down to local channels. Look into YouTube TV. I don't know if Philo has the ability to do local, but YouTube TV can get your local channels. Sid has announced that she's never paid for cable or stolen it. Andy Taylor tossed his because of all the unconstitutional nonsense on it. Girlfriend has Firewire. Now, the unconstitutional nonsense. Did I say unconstitutional or constitutional? Andy, does Canada have a constitution? This would be something I don't know. Tina also has a few of the kids' subscription service log-on information. Like, yeah, that's how you do that. You just leech on somebody else. My ex-wife and son use my Netflix account. I haven't watched anything on that in forever, but I'm still paying for it. Go figure. Ellie says use Roku, Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime Video. Andy Taylor sticks to YouTube. Rumble. I don't know what BitChute is. BitChute. BitChute. Gab. G-A-B. I don't know what that is. Andy says, Canada does, but it was subverted. We now have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which took away all of our rights and freedoms. Yes, that's funny. Oh, you made me laugh, Andy. That's so funny. That's funny. Which one is better? Was the other one even worse? Sid uses a friend's Netflix and gives her mom her Hulu. Ellie says, hey, YouTube has free movies to watch, not the ones people record in the theater. That's true. That still happens. That still happens some, but like now, like where you got like everything's digital. Even the movies themselves in theaters are digital. So people get them and pirate them fast, dog. Like even stuff that hadn't been released in theaters is like out in pirate land already. A movie called Army of the Dead. Yeah. Right. I think I saw that Karate Kid was on the YouTube free with ads recently. Ellie said, must be my browser, but I don't watch ads. Yeah, if you have a fun thing called, and I recommend for everybody, What the heck is it called? AdBlock Plus. Go to adblockplus.org and you can download that, and that will block your ads. Now, there's some websites, including some financial or news websites, that I would like to see sometimes, but they don't let you see their stuff if you don't let them show you ads. So, yeah. Sydney said, hashtag adblock sponsor me. Sorry, AdBlock Plus. I highly recommend it. It's free, so I don't know what they're getting out of it. If they give it to you for free and they don't show you ads, I don't know how they're getting out of it. But it's AdBlock AdBlock Plus spelled out .org, and so Opera doesn't allow ads. Okay, I've never used Opera. That reminds me of our pal we haven't seen in a while, Troy Story. And he would recommend to you a search engine called DuckDuckGo that doesn't track you. So, yeah, Ellie, data collection for profit. I guess they could be pulling everything that I look at on the online over there, but who isn't already doing that? So, yeah, Sydney uses DuckDuckGo. Were you using it before he told you about it? Said. Was Shannon in chat today? Haven't seen her lately. No, she's been like busy with work, and also she was having issues with some stuff. I won't as far as the chat goes. I won't get into that. She can tell you when/if she comes back in there. Maybe she'll come in the in this show sometime. Even I'll have to hit her up about that to see if she'll come in the chat. I will tell her you ask about her. Tina, are you Facebook friends with her? If so, you hit her up and say what up, and tell her to come in the Aftershow chat and talk with us. If you're not friends with her, I'll tell her you ask about her. Oh yeah, you have seen her on Facebook, so yeah, hit her up, dog. Andy Taylor uses Proton Mail for email, no tracking and secure. Sydney says, if it's free, you are the product. And she got it because Troy Story suggested it. That would be, well, it doesn't matter what his real last name is. But I call him Troy Story. See what I did there from the movie Toy Story? That's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. A hot take right there. That's a good movie. Sydney cleared all her Gmaps data and switched to the Duck. Sid ain't playing. Sid is off grid. Andy Taylor is a boot gone. He said later, Gators. Ellie misses some of the old Dave people like Peachy. Yeah, I do too. She got busy or something with work and couldn't be in there. My arm is fine. I'm squeezing it right now. I'm not feeling anything with it. I am on the Tylenol schedule that you recommended, Sydney. Thank you for that. That appears to have been okay advice, if not wonderful. Steve's got nicknames for all. Yeah, I like nicknames. I think nicknames are fun. They make it fun. And what's wrong with having fun? I think we should have great fun. So anyway, that's all I got. So yeah. So but if you guys can make it for the video gaming, that would be cool. I'm doing that on Twitch to make millions of dollars being a Twitch and YouTube streamer. I'm doing it for that reason, but also I'm going to be talking about finances during my stream. So why not save some of the kids from debt if I possibly can, while they are watching other people play video games that they should be playing themselves. That's just my opinion. I mean, you know, if somebody likes it. Ellie, you got your own nickname. She who has much debt, yeah. Or has much debt. Your Indian name, like in Dances with Wolves, where it's just the verb first and then some other stuff. No, for you, Ellie. Remember I did the thing from Last of Us, where it's get on the pallet, Ellie, where Joel would tell the little girl because she couldn't swim, so whenever they had to cross water, he had to get a pallet. There was always a pallet there, though. He had to get a pallet for her to step on, and he would push it over. Tina says dinner is calling. That is awesome. Yeah, we've been going a long time. This is awesome. This is great. It's like an hour 10 now. I was supposed to leave work 9 minutes ago, but I'm still here. City says she doesn't have enough credit for the ammo. Well, then you can't afford it because debt is not an option, just like in real life. Make it work. That's one of my. Oh no, make it happen is my thing. Uh-oh. Tina giving away real names in here. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, but that could have been, remember there was two thumbs down when we started? That could have been Bill and Chris. And again, they can still access the show and listen to it. They just can't chat on it. Yes. Ellie's a nickname. Her name is not Jessie. Jessie is a friend. Sid said she was having an imaginary convo between you and daughter during video games. Oh. Did you hear any of that, Sid? You might like some of it. It was interesting, though, because we got into deep stuff, too. Oh, I talked about this yesterday on the after show. So for that, you can watch yesterday's after show if you have not. But Bates, all right, Tina, get out of here. Go eat some food from the Kingdom of Sheba. I appreciate it. You haven't watched my video game playing, Sid? You might even like that game, Sid. But yeah. So and I'm gonna try to get her to come in the chat tomorrow, like I said, to promote it. Because she's all into it. Unlike my son, who is like, no, I don't want to be in any of your crap, Dad. She's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Because she wanted to play the game anyway, and so did I. And that's the best. I was gonna do that anyway. I was gonna play the game anyway with her. Who cares if the whole world sees it or has the opportunity to see it? So Ellie's never shared her real name. That is wise, probably. You guys like this more? You guys like the scruff more or clean shaven? My wife likes, ex-wife likes, I used to have a goatee, and she liked that better than clean shaven because I think she said my face is too plain and boring without it. So anyway. Sid doesn't usually watch game videos unless she's trying to learn something. Well, all right. That's fine. And you spend probably way too much time with me anyway. So I'm going to let that pass. I'm not going to take that personally. Yeah. So we will be back tomorrow. For those of you who cannot be in here live or have not been in here live yet, we go live around, not exactly, but around 6:00 p.m. Eastern time, because whenever the Ramsey Show YouTube video ends is what we do. And we wait till that ends, till Dave starts saying bye and stuff, and I get this stream set up. And as soon as that ends, I come over here and I hit go live. Ellie's a weirdo non-gamer. It still might be fun. Joy is late, but better late than never. She will catch the replay. Thanks for coming in, Joy. I mentioned you and your incredible optimism. Incredible optimism. Yeah. Guess who tried to come in here today? Bill tried to come in here today. And then Chris Goldsmith under that name, and then Chris Goldsmith had to have gone to 3 other accounts and changed that name to Chris Goldsmith as well, because it was the same name. So, yeah. So if they go through that much trouble to go on to put one comment in before they're banned, that is the definition of a troll as well. So, on the topic of facial hair, you've never seen your husband's chin. Do you think that's a great idea, Sid? You think it's best that way? He never told me why he has multiple users' names. It's because when he gets banned in a chat, that he can still see what's going on. So he can still get in there. So he can participate still. That's why he has multiple accounts and usernames. There's no other reason to have it. Yeah, trolls get banned a lot because people find them annoying. Shocker, huh? Yep. So what did I sing today? Oh, I sang Right Down the Line today from Jay Rafferty, the same guy that does Baker Street before going into Baker Street Joy. So yeah, so I wish you'd get. It'd probably be better for you if you gave up on him, but you got to do you, Joy. I can't save everybody, so. Sid's husband said he would shave one day just to freak her out, I guess, but now he said he's working on his wizard beard. I've had that. I'll see if I think I still have my driver's license, where mine was like down to here, very, very gray and stuff. So maybe I'll show you that tomorrow. Oh, I know something I did want to show. Too bad people are all gone now. So they gave me the. I got the Johnson & Johnson one-shot deal. And so they gave this to me and said, you can fill out the top part of it. How many of these are getting like passed through the door or something like that? Passed around. Like, oh, well, we lost 8 billion of them somewhere. Where did we lose them? And they get sold on the black market or something. There we go. Now it's a little bit more in focus. Anyway, it has the dose number or whatever right there and the date and stuff. But it's going to let me put my own name in there. They're very trusting. So, yes, Joy. That would be it. Oh, also, as long as we're doing show and tell, I forgot. I brought this here too. But I just talked so much today, I forgot to do it. I posted a picture of this on my Grump. That would be the certificate of completion for Financial Coach Master Training. And do any of you have one? Apparently, I'm the only one that has a certificate. That's from South Park. Cartman got a certificate for something. I can't remember. And then Sydney says, oh, geez, her pharmacy filled the whole card. Yeah. Could totally sell that. Wonder how much. You don't think there's no way there would be one on eBay, right? It would have to be the dark web or something. Yep. Ellie said, yay, you're real. Unless you made that on Photoshop. You don't. How would I not be real? You think this is computer animation? It's not. So, Joy, what's in your mind before I... what's so ZZ top of me? Having the long beard. Yeah, let me see if I got it. Why not? So we can give a little showtime for Joy. I do have it. Oh, that's my... Oh, I thought it was my previous driver's license. That is my new one. I don't know how good it'll show up. Look at that. That's from like, oh gosh, 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Oh, I probably got to get. Sorry, it wouldn't go into better focus than that. When does it expire? Oh, it expires this year. There we go. So I got to do that. I can do that in August. And I had that because my ex-girlfriend liked it better that way. The cat filter guy. No, I don't think I saw that video, Joey. No, I mean falsy. Oh, falsy ducks. People do that all the time, right? The beard makes you look way older. Yes, Ellie, and that's why my ex-girlfriend wanted me to have it. So, but she had her own issues, and so did I. So, you missed the. All right, Joy, just for you, because you made an effort to come, even though you were an hour late. Remind me to look that up tomorrow, Joy, because I won't remember if you think about it. See if I bring it back, will it get in more focus? No, that's not working. Let me go way closer. Come on. Yeah, it's not working. I do have a new camera coming. It'll be here Friday, supposed to be. Got to get down on Friday, so I'll have it for the Friday show from my apartment, which is where more, because I'm further away from the camera, I'm usually about like way back here, kind of, from the camera, because that's how the desk setup is. Again, that was my notifications. Who hitting me on Discord? Haha. Okay, that was Sid. She just found a PDF for vaccination cards, in case you were wondering if it happened. So there you go. Although maybe she meant that to be secret. Sorry, Sid, if you meant that to be secret. I wasn't thinking that. You could have just typed it here if it wasn't supposed to be secret message club. So, yeah. Ellie, definitely that. What you said, Ellie. We don't need to get into it. Josie, you got to do the YouTube hand where you put your hand in the back of it to make it focus. Really? All right, now you got me interested. I appreciate you guys staying. I was supposed to leave. Oh, that's why it's hot in here, because the... No, it should be staying. Why am I showing you my debit card? Because that's the only thing I get out of the wallet usually. Okay, so we want to hide the numbers, but also put my hand behind it. There we go. See if that works. That still doesn't seem like it's working. I think it might be the webcam limitations on it. Or the light hitting it. Let's see if I go up here. Oh man. No, but you get the gist. You see how long there it is, and it's the white in the middle and a little bit of color on the sides there. Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your watch time. I appreciate your subscriptions. I appreciate you liking the videos. I do not appreciate Bill and Chris downvoting the video, but people are not gonna like you. I mean, if Dave Ramsey gets some downvotes, who am I to not have downvotes? So Sydney is at work for another hour. I have nothing else to entertain me till then. Okay, well, I hear you. Just waiting for people to pay their power bills so I can send someone to reconnect them. How many is that in a day that you work with, Sid? Like that you have access to? Chris Goldsmith is somebody that I think is Bill because he's somebody that came out of nowhere one day, was in the Ramsey Show chat, and the next day or the day after, he came in here and was fine in here, I think. And then he later put in the comments below the video where I had scolded Bill and told him what his problems were again and that he needed counseling, et cetera, after he was misbehaving in my comments. I told him that, and this Chris Goldsmith persona was like, that is incredibly rude to Bill. So I think it was Bill. Joy says, when I have down votes, I made it. I knew you would be optimistic with it, Joy. Sid says, for her 6 of 30 networks, we've had at least 2 dozen that went to the field today. That's reconnections. All right, I was just curious. Oh, Ellie asks, that's sad. Is there ever an opportunity when someone wants to pay it forward and pay off a person's bills? I mean, do you need names or whatever if you want to help a stranger with that? Interesting. And Sid says that this is the least crowded, populated part of the state that she's in. Yeah. So did they have a like a donation thing, Sid, where you can pay for people that are behind on power? That reminds me of Dave's story about I think it was a friend of his that in church, his wife met a lady whose power was going to be turned off or was turned off or something already, and he went outside with his cell phone and he called the power company and paid her stuff up for up to a year. So Sydney says, Ellie, we have a charity within the company to help people genuinely struggling. I believe the company matches donations. Well, that's cool. That is cool. You know, some people make mistakes and can't like pay the power bill. It happens all the time. And so sometimes it's not through any fault of their own. Although, you know, if you have the emergency fund and something happens to your regular money that you would be doing that with, then you could still pay your power bill. But still, that's very sad either way. Ellie says someday she'd be open to paying off a person's bill that the electric was shut off. Yeah. City says, and we give people every opportunity to not be cut off, and we don't like cutting people off at all. Right, because then you got to go back out there and turn it back on in person. Yeah. So Ellie's filing that in her head for the future. Sydney says, this is straight from the 1099 horse's mouth here. If you are struggling to pay your utilities, please call them. And if you let them know, rather than just not paying it, it will go better for you probably. So, you know, I mean, at least give them a chance to give you a break. So she said almost all utilities have some kind of relief program. Wow, look, and we stayed 30 minutes late at work and we're going along here today, but we're actually getting to the bottom of stuff and finding ways to help people because Ellie and I did not know any of that stuff. So that is awesome. So we're changing lives here, hopefully. At least having some fun, hopefully. Here on the Ramsey Show, Aftershow show. That's what it's called. Oh, and again, did I finish 6 p.m.? And normally, you know, I mean, the average has probably been 50 minutes or so, I think. Maybe 45, 50 minutes, something like that. I know I think the shortest one was like 35 minutes. Yeah. So anybody who's left, there's still 7 people watching. So we got Chris and Bill maybe, and then 5 people that could be chatting. Now we got 6. Oh, somebody just came back in here. Let's see if it's gonna be. It just happened to be looking at the right time, and somebody came in here. Identify yourself, person. Yep, now 2 people came back in. Hello, people that just came in. Please type something if you don't mind. Because I'm kind of thinking it'll be Chris and or Bill. But maybe not. All right. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? Once again, to promote my video gaming that I will be doing tomorrow night with my daughter. We're playing It Takes Two, and we are, let's see, we streamed about 3 hours. So maybe we're 2.5 hours into the game. I don't know how long the whole game time play is. And so we'll be doing that, and the chat. I'll be simulcasting on both Twitch and on the YouTube. Doing the Twitch to try to get some of the kids into trying to play video games for them, and to trick them into being, getting into the Ramsey cult like the rest of us. It's not a cult. That was a joke. Some people think it is. It's not. Sydney says, and please don't feel shame about it either. There's so many people who call every day. I promise the agent is not judging you. Those programs are there for you. Right. They wouldn't have programs there unless it was a problem that happens often. So I'm sure they don't want to shut your power off. Let's see what else we got. If you can't make it in live, but you'd like to ask me a question, I would love to answer it, because that means I have to do less show prep. So you can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com, and you can ask me a question to be answered on the show. You can also send me your contact details on there and request a free, no money to you, free financial coach consultation assessment, and then we can talk about your current situation and your goals and see how to get you there. What else do I have to tell them, Sid? Instagram is at Coach Steve Money. Twitter is at Coach Steve Money as well, but I don't know that I've put anything on there yet, or if it's even active. I can't remember, but I did get the name. Donations. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. PayPal donations are accepted. So you can go to that URL, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, or you can just go to PayPal, log into your account, click on send money, and then put my email address in, which again is the same, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. And Money Coach Steve was taken, and I used to be Steve Simpson Financial Coach, and that name was too long for Twitch and one other platform that I can never remember. Yeah, hour 29. Joy must have had to go. She got in here late and then had to go. That's all right. I get it. She's got stuff going on. She's in the middle of a move, and she has other things going on. Anybody else have anything they'd like to comment on? Sydney, you can when you can call in again when you're off, you can talk about those articles you sent me. I think since you thought enough of them to send them to me, I'll weigh in but I think you should take the lead on those. And I think both of those are about retirement. Ellie's got to go and make dinner. Yeah, people with I don't know how some of you people do that. You people, what do you mean, you people? You can put that in the YouTube search and you'll see that scene. It has been fun, Ellie. It's been great fun. I just after I hit end stream, my life is just downtime until the next one. My other jobs and stuff is just downtime till the next one. And Ellie, I'll get back to you about the getting on the show and finishing up the counseling we're doing. Financial counseling, of course. I don't know anything about psychiatric stuff, except when I recommend to people to get counseling. They probably need it if I recommend it to them. Alrighty, gosh, still 7 people are watching. That's awesome. I appreciate you staying watching, even if you're not typing. Yeah, I appreciate you leaving it on and going to do something else, because hopefully YouTube just looks at the number right there, which is 7. And even though nobody's typing right now, it thinks 7 people are watching. So, Ellie says, good night, y'all. No problem. Yeah, I LOL'd for reference. I was in school to be in LSCW/C. Oh, yep, counseling. Yep. There you go. And I don't use glasses. I don't know why I put them on. I don't use glasses when I'm here at work streaming because I am this far from the camera. And it doesn't matter from the camera really, because I could use the glasses with camera, but I have to read the chat there, and I don't have bifocals, so anytime I read something up close, I have to look over the glasses or under them. I didn't mean to show you up my nose. Do not, whatever you do not go back and freeze frame that. That's right. It's the longest show yet. Probably, yeah, it is. Longest show yet, Joy. And I appreciate you being here. You're catching more of it than you thought you would. Because normally we'd be done about then. I said doo-doo. I probably did. Yep. Joy, you going to be able to make the live stream tomorrow night? The gaming? Do you know if you're going to be able to make it, or you could be busy? Just curious. Some of the people that are watching this might be like, you could just call or email them and talk to them about stuff like this. But we're in extended time and we're just talking. And you never know when something interesting might come up, like it did about the power company charity stuff. And even if you're not in their particular power area, I would bet all of them would do it. It would be 8 p.m. Eastern time, Joy. Is that your bedtime? It should be mine, having to get up at 4 a.m. the next day, but I'm going to stay up later. When I streamed and we played the game, we went until about midnight or so, and I think I got 2.5 hours of sleep before getting up. But I did that was on a Sunday, and I did get a 2-hour nap during the day. Daughter time is worth staying up for, Sydney says. You are correct, ma'am, about that. 100%. And I'm so glad, glad Pizza Princess and my son, who's not royalty, I'm glad they both turned me down for playing that game with me. 8 BB, that means baby. Joy to English Dictionary, for everybody that doesn't know. BB, be sleep. By then, I'll try to make it. All right, but I understand if it is not only BB sleep time, but it is also Joy sleep time. I definitely get that. Yeah, and somehow I made it through the day, and I was fine. I think a part of it was because the doing this where I get to talk, that like rejuvenates me. So I think I was fine. Once once it was getting closer to this, doing the stream, the show, and it happened, and then I was fine until, yeah. All right, I did all the plugs, Sid, right? Grom, donations, email. Yeah, I did all my plugs. Do you have any plugs, Sid? You have any appearances? Joy says she sleeps early, but not that early. Lols. Then she said lols. Yeah. Alrighty. So, nope. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's an hour and 36. I should really have more content ready to go if we're going to stay this long. I should at least have like a couple sentences to read or something of interesting stuff. I'll work on that. I'll try to like spend like an hour and just like write things down, and then I can like slowly, mark them off as I go through them. I'll try to do that. All right, Joy, we're gonna end anyway. I appreciate it. You get that BB cleaned up. The letters 2 B's together, BB. That stands for Baby Enjoys World, and also BF can not only mean boyfriend, it can also mean breakfast in the Joy to English Dictionary. Alrighty, but I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. We gotta at least have enough to make the 2 dislikes by Chris and Bill. Even though I think it's the same person on different accounts, we got to be able to make that. What's it called? Negate that. So can't remember words. So probably a good time to thank you, Sid, as always, for being a non-paid person who got. Just if someone wants to send vibes, prayers about your interview, well, you nailed it, and they loved you. So I mean, I don't think you need the prayers, but I'll send some. And the whole of YouTube, whoever watches this, should send good vibes for Sid's interview as well. It already happened, so send good vibes that they give her the job like they should. Because she's an excellent employee. I have no doubt in my mind. Alrighty, so I will see you guys tomorrow. What you want to do, though, is make smart financial decisions. And then what do we say, Sid? That's some slow typing, or this is a long delay? I think it's still supposed to be on the fastest latency. Every day, she said. That's right. Make smart financial decisions every day. And that goes better when she calls in and can say it. But we'll still do it. Why not? All righty. Thanks, Sid. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.